Alright, so today we're going to be analyzing Dylan's 38 single, and I believe he averages around 44 seconds and on 4x4. So let's check it out right now in slow motion. So I believe he is a white and yellow sensor solver here, so let's see what happens. So he does a U2, very cool flick there like that. Honestly, I wouldn't do that at first because I believe you'll have to regrip afterwards, so I would just recommend just doing a regular U2 there. Just first thing I want to point out. Okay, and he does a B move. I'm not exactly sure what he does there. Okay, and then he also simultaneously does the blue center at the exact same time. I did not notice that at first. It was kind of complicated to see, but I think he influences some of the pieces, so let me just check it out again. Okay, so what he did for his first center was actually he did blue, so he just paired it up with the L-shaped. So he just did wide R2, U, wide R2 like that. I did not notice that before. That was good. Your first two centers, honestly pretty decent, except for the B move, and then over here you sort of did fumble around right over here for your second center, so just be a little bit conscious about that. And see right there, you just did a U move that was a little bit unnecessary there. So what you could just do is work on your efficiency a little bit more with that. Okay, now you move on to your next cross pieces. As you can see, you're looking around quite a bit. I believe this is a like 3 or 4 second pause. Okay, he's doing the blue, so he noticed that. Let's just see how he paired up that one. Okay, so what he noticed is this. It's kind of hard to see this blue and orange here, and I believe there's another blue and orange there as well, right there. Oh, right over here, and then he pairs it up. Okay, I would just recommend having a little bit better transition into it by like when you're finishing up your second center, start already looking for pieces that you can connect, and just start looking where the pieces will go for your cross edges. Okay, now he looks around quite a bit. I think this is one of his weaknesses here, his first 3 cross edges. I understand it is kind of hard to look around for it, but now he goes into the next one. Let's check it out. Okay, so that was a really easy insert there. I wouldn't change anything there. It's the blue and orange there, blue and yellow there. And he puts it down. Good, he's putting it into the bottom. That's something that I would definitely recommend doing. Okay, now I think he's seeing the there's a blue and white there right here, and then there's one in the back, so he's gonna do that, pair it up, and then insert it right there. Yep, good way of doing that, and then adjust the whole entire thing. I think, okay, so an easy thing, I bet he's gonna do this right here, these 2 orange bars, so they can be paired up pretty easily. So let's see if he does that, or he does half centers, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, good, he did that bar. I think his transition, I think he looks around way too much, and his solves aren't really that fluid, so I think working on look ahead and stuff like that will definitely help him out a lot. Let's see what he goes with next. Okay, so he does yellow into the back. Let's see if there's a better solution for that. Okay, so what he could have easily done right here is the white center in the front. So I think just not doing like a certain order, because I feel like that may be something you do. It's hard to tell with just one solve here, but for your centers right here, what you could just do is the white, just do a wide R prime and then an F prime and then an R like that, and then do the white center at the bottom right there, and it's a lot easier. But instead he does the yellow center in the back. Just like that, and then now it's just a really easy case, just like that. And that flick I would not recommend doing also with 4x4. I feel like he tries to do a little bit fancy finger tricks there. I think you should just stick with the basics here. Instead of doing that fancy flick like the push away for the U, just do a regular flick. I think I like what he does here. He just leaves that last slice open so he can easily influence the last cross piece. That's something that he's doing already, and I already noticed like right here the pieces here, the blue cross edge piece, and then here's the other one here. I feel like he has trouble looking ahead for that, and I know he's going to insert this piece right in here, so he could do an L prime U2L, or he could just do a U and then insert it. So yep, he's going to insert it just like that. That's the way I would have done it, just like that. Yep, and inserts it pretty well, just like that. And then I think what you should do is just go straight into the slice move. So for example, if we're looking at my cube right now, let's say I finished all of the cross edges right here. Now we just go straight into the rest of the edges, so we can just do a U or wide U to start the whole entire cycle. And so we can see this piece right here, the white and green, so we can just find the white and green piece, insert it like this, and then go straight into it. Now this piece is subsequently already can be paired up, and then here we can look and see this orange and green here. We can insert it right there, and then we're done with those 4 edges there. But let's see what he does. He looks around. I think he does these really huge rotations like this. That is not good. You need to minimize those rotations, and I would just say do that one slice at first. He does do that one slice, and then what he does is he puts in this piece here, the orange and white piece right here, and then he flips it. Okay, oh, he does it on that side. Okay, very nice insert, like weird insert there. I can't quite tell what he was doing. Okay, so that was a very easy case, I believe. So let's just see again, because I'm quite confused with what he did. Okay, so that insert right there, like this, I feel like you just get a little bit too fancy. I would just do the regular inserts because I feel like that slows down a little bit. Even though it looks good, I honestly wouldn't go for that at all. Okay, so then he slices back. I'm not sure if you know 3-2-3, but 3-2-3 is just where you just do it all in one slice and then you do your final 3 edges. So like right here, I have my final 3 edges. This is just a 3 cycle. And so what you could do here is, I see this piece right here, the green and red. So you just put this green and red piece in like that, pair it up, and then back here, you have the orange and white, and you have the orange and white piece here, so you can just insert it like that, and then it's solved, and all your edges are solved. So that, maybe try learning some 3-2-3. I don't know if you already know that. Okay, so he pairs that piece up there, and then he's influencing the next piece over here. I think he does it in a series of 3 cycles there, so because that's not what I personally use. And just like that, he finishes it. I believe, is that his first pair? Yes, it is. Wow, that was a very, very lucky solve, I must say. Props to him for getting his edges done very quickly. I feel like that sort of saved him some time there. I don't really know what else to say. I'll do some 3-2-3 example solves later on, and onto 3x3 stage. He does this pair here, the blue pair, just like that, the red and yellow there. Inserts it, and then rotates back. He already had his other pair formed, I believe. Okay. Finds this pair, L prime U2 L, and then sledgehammer, just like that. And then soon, very nice suitcase. Yes, again, I know this is sort of like the 3x3 part of it, but when you're looking, he looks up like this. I don't know if he's trying to recognize COLL or ZBLL or anything, but just be careful about that, and just recognize the case from like 2 sides. You don't need to look in the back. I think that's something that he needs to work on a little bit more. And same with this soon alg right here. I see he's already doing that sort of flick, that kind of weird U flick, so don't do that. Wow, very, very nice last layer, I must say so myself. Z perm, nothing much to say about that. Pretty nicely executed, and then finishes with a 38. He is pretty happy about that. I must say so myself that solve was pretty lucky for Dylan. I don't know how his OLL and PLL parity look, but now I'm just going to be going over an example solve right now real quick. So I'm pretty sure he already knows this, but to influence other pieces when you're building your first 2 centers, that's what I would just say, and not use the B moves, because I noticed he did that. I'm going to be doing an example like this on white center and yellow center because that's what I personally do, but I'm pretty sure you can translate it into blue and green center. So here what I'd see is there's actually no bars right here, which makes it a even harder case to do. So what I see is this this white can pair up to this white, and this simultaneously will pair up with this white with this piece, so it'll make a 2x1 block and then another 2x1 block. Also, I noticed this right here, these two will also pair up, so I'm going to make sure to do a U before the second R move. So what I'll do right here is a R, and then this pairs up that whole entire block, then rotate up, U to move this block out of the way, F prime, D prime, and then put this pair back in. And then I was also noticing these two on the side, so they won't be affected. So I'll just do like that, and insert it just like that. And now we have our first 2 centers like that. But now for the first 3 cross edges, I feel like your weakness here, at least you looked around for quite some time, especially in that solve. And what I would notice here is just I would notice the blue. I would notice the blue and white here, so I'd see the pieces back here. I could simultaneously do this, a B and F at the same time, and do an R2 to pair it up like that, F, and then as I'm going up, looking through the viewfinder, I would see this pair right here. These two can just match up, F, and then these two again, like this. And also I'm looking at my center positioning because I think that's what you can do to move to the next step, getting to maybe sub 40 or so. R2, F prime, and then I know I will immediately do an L prime U2, and then put this piece in with that, just like this. And then I also noticed that is going to these two are going to pair up. And also, don't be afraid to do your centers in one singular pattern, because I think it'll definitely help if you do it in different orders depending on what case is easier. So then I will just do this, the red, inserting it into the back. Now we can do the green up here, like that. And it's good what you did before. I noticed that you kept one slice open, so then it left room for your pair, but it's already paired up. So let's say the case was like this and you left it open. It's really good that you can just put this last cross piece in like that, pair it up, insert it. Immediately after you finish your last cross edge, what you should just do is a U flick or a U prime, whichever you're more comfortable with. I don't know, I'll just do a U for now. And then I know this piece for 323, the red and blue piece, you can find the other red and blue piece, which I know is right here, and you can just insert it right here. And as I'm looking, I see these two, because this will be my next one, the orange and green. Rotate over here, insert that. This piece just happened to come up, the blue and orange. I'll insert it over here, and then that also pairs up that. So I have all of these 4 edges here, then I have 4 edges left to go. And what I'll actually do in this case is just solve the rest of these, because I feel like that's a little bit more efficient way of doing it. And so what I'll do is put this pair in, put that one in as well, and I'll just do a simple 3 cycle, and then I'm left with the 2 flip. So I'll pair this up, insert this green, put that back, then I'm left with the 2 flip here, insert flipping algorithm. And your flipping algorithm was good, because I normally like to do the inverse of that for bigger cubes, but I feel like that one's fine on 4x4. And then 3x3 stage was good. There was nothing much to say about that. One thing I wanted you to take note of was for parity, if you actually just have one edge here. I used to do this in my solves before, but if you have only one edge oriented, you could just do the parity algorithm from any angle except this where the edge is in front, because that'll just flip it and give you a dot case. So you could just do it here instead of orienting all of the edges like this, because I used to do that. But instead, you could do the whole entire parity algorithm right there, and then you're left with a better case than the dot case. And then for PLL parity, I don't know if you do this already, but you want to do your PLL parity actually before you do your PLL alg, because that'll help a lot. So if we do it right now, we have PLL parity. So you want to do the alg first, your PLL parity alg, instead of doing like a T-perm right here, because sometimes that'll leave you with this really bad case right here. So we'll just do parity, and then it gives us a G-perm. But sometimes you just got to play around with it, because sometimes different cases from different angles will help with that. I just recommend watching some videos if you want to get faster on that. But that is pretty much all I had to say for your solve critique. I think your weakest spot, once again, is the first 3 cross edges. A way to do that is like planning it better. After you finish your second center, start looking already for the cross pieces and seeing where they end up. You can easily just pair it up. So that's all I had to say for this critique. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this critique. I'll have more on the way, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.